What's up, YouTube fam? I am Tiffany Empire and Pack Ignite. Give me 1 second. What's going on? Good morning, Facebook. I am Tiffany Empire Impact Ignite. So I wanted to come on here. Happy New Year's. It's been a lot going on. A lot of stuff done changed, or a lot of stuff done been taking place. And I was trying to figure out, honestly, what we gonna talk about this year. But I got a burning conversation this morning. It's early in the morning. And whoever catches on the replay, y'all gonna catch this on the replay. You already see. I normally don't wear no little cross earrings. I was given these. I can't remember what, but may the Lord be with me as I share this message, because He definitely needs to give us some insight on how to navigate through relationships. Y'all already see what the topic hitting for, and also y'all see I got this bonnet on. I'm in my house minding my business, but I'm definitely talking to the bonnet girls and all my girls out there this morning, wherever this message may reach, honey, because this is a serious conversation. I saw on my YouTube, I don't watch TV a lot, but it was a conversation about another situation that was dealing with a girls trip. And I said, I'm going to definitely have this conversation with y'all today. And honestly, this is one of many parts, because at this age, we too old for a whole lot of stuff that's going on that I'm seeing in the media and social media and whatever. And one of the songs that I will say that's in my spirit this morning, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna play it just for the simple fact of how Facebook do with the music. So if y'all can, make sure y'all follow me on TikTok at iamTiffany87, because TikTok will let you play music. But if I could play some music right now, I would have started this live off with everybody ain't your friend, everybody ain't your partner. And we at an age to where we should be able to know how to identify that. I'm even at a place, because I was always the down one, ready to fight by nature. Like, I'm down for my friends. It is what it is. But let me tell you, when you are hanging with a group of girls that may turn into a trip that's supposed to be a girls trip, if any part of you don't trust any of those girls, don't go on that trip. Why would you continue to put yourself in situations that could be dangerous? It could endanger you. It is your life. Many of us have kids or families that we do want to get back to. So don't go nowhere if you feeling like you can't trust her. And I'm telling you, that's very important. I don't care how you want to flip that. I don't care what God you serve. I don't care how y'all might be singing on the same choir. If you do not trust this person, then don't make moves with this person. Don't lay your head in a place where you got to sleep around this person. If you feel like you got to sleep around a person with one eye open, and I wasn't even planning on saying this, and one eye closed, then you need to make sure that you're always putting yourself in a situation where you feel safe. When you're doing all that, you do not feel safe around that person. Okay. So it was y'all know what happened to the young lady that went on the other trip with the friends that was all over the media. So this kind of was not that, but that was a girls trip. All right. So I wanted to give different examples of, what real friends do, what real friends don't do. Real friends do not compete with their friends. Real friends ain't trying to necessarily fight their friends. Now, maybe we could have got away with all that toxic friendship. And if y'all anything like me, I definitely done hung around and been like, oh, we could go back and forth all day, but I never necessarily seen me trying to fight my friends. Like, I done had blowouts with one of my friends that was my best friend when we was children. And the most I did, I know when I got mad, child, I threw that whole gift away. I would get mad, throw my gift away, take my, like a little nigga, but I'm not necessarily trying to fight my girl. Like, if you my girl, my home girl, my friend, I will fight with you, like for you. You know what I'm saying? And that was just a lot of misplaced passion. But one thing about friends know each other. So let me go into the girls trip. Now, one of the things that I realized, especially in my earlier days, honey, when I was younger, like I moved out quick, fast, in a hurry. I had my own place after I graduated. So I'm just giving an example of just the type of homegirl that I was. All right. So since I had my own place, we have our homegirls. that we the clubbing with, going out with. Hey, I used to go to the club. I had a home girl that didn't really go out like that. Later on, she started going out. And this is me pre-motherhood. Okay, so we outside, honey. We going out and everything. And what I would say is in between those situations, because the situation that I heard about what I came across on my YouTube, it was like it was a girl's trip, and then the girl, come to find out, the girl that um that got the Airbnb, okay, the last night before the trip was over, her dude came by. Her dude came by, and I guess he was with his dude. So from what I had heard, um, she was like, the other homegirl that was a part of the girls' trip already knew that this woman has a man, and that they was already gonna be in Miami too at the same time. So anybody that already know, if they know you got a man, a real friend not gonna hate on you that you got a man. But if you do got a man, which the lady that had the Airbnb, she went live because she was like, she's trying to go live to make sure nothing don't happen to her, because she feels like her safety is in danger, and the girl is big mad at her because her man, the girl who got the room, man, came over. First of all, what we not gonna do is explain to somebody why your man coming by your Airbnb where the girls at when y'all in the same city, because your real homegirl gonna already know what's up. So one of the things that I did younger, because I was always true, which I'm still big on women empowerment, right? I'm pretty much true to the sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm rocking with my girls. Y'all can come over. It didn't matter if my man at the time was there or my so-called man. In the season, it's not like this man was the most faithful man ever, but certain things he would put me on game about. This is part one of the conversation, because I can kind of go in different areas of what I'm going to share today, and kind of, just bring more enlightenment on it for those that's trying to figure out how to navigate friendships and relationships. So what I would do is have a house full of girls. Okay, if my dude coming over, my girls, they already know it's my house. So what you ain't gonna do, even if you're doing any little slick little whole stuff on the back end, you ain't gonna tell me, what to do and not to do up in my house, because y'all over here, even him, he over here. So this is my spot. I was real gullible and naive. That's why, even from what I know now, yeah, like certain things, certain people, certain places, yeah, me and my man, when I get one, won't be around you, just for the simple fact, the relationships that I look for now is more meaningful, to the point where the same way I'm by myself, yeah, I got some sisters that I could call friends, okay, but I'm not like 18, we not 16, we not children, to the point where all of a sudden now I got a man, I got to go around everybody. I'm gonna be around the same bodies that I'm around while I'm single, not too many bodies. So when I get a man, if I decide to go somewhere, then it will never be in a putting myself in a situation to where it's so confrontational. This is why you do want somebody that is protective of you. But if you don't trust the women that you are around, and what I will say, even with my ex at the time, I remember even when we broke up, if it was any situations that I felt like I was kind of in danger or I felt threatened, then one call, he pulling up, you know what I'm saying? But now that we're older, okay, I would not go on a girls trip with anybody that I don't trust, to the point that the situation will escalate, to the point I feel like I need to call my man or I need to call the authorities, for the simple fact to make sure something don't pop off. At the same time, things can pop off because people are super jealous, super envious. So let me go back to just the type of friend I was. In the season where I was single, just me young, no children or whatever, my dude used to be like, I'm not disclosing who the dude is right now because that's irrelevant right now. Be like, them ain't your friends. Sometimes you be like, oh no, them my girls, but and then certain little stuff, certain little mannerisms that it's a certain way that we're going to carry ourselves when it's when you have mannerisms even around somebody, woman, man, or whatever. Those are the things that you want to, pay attention to and or watch out for. Needless to say, like all of those people that I used to be around, like I don't be around them. You know what I'm saying? So the things that we do when we're younger, how we move when we're younger, or how we will rock with people when we're younger, by the time you know better, then you begin to, do better, because you won't put yourself in situations to have you fighting and fussing with your friends. Also, friends just love to have fun. When I was single, or just single, mean anything that's not married. So when I was single, all the single ladies, all the girls, and everybody already know, we always had the friends that would ditch the friends when they finally got a little boo. And that might not even been a real man, but they just had got a little boo, little entanglement or whatever. But we used to laugh about that. We didn't get mad, want to argue, feel some type of way. Y'all already know, if you wanted to get up, meet up or do your thing. All right, girl, do your thing. Give or take, you may or may not talk about the situation, or we may have certain things in place to make sure that our friends are safe. Like one of the things now, if the way the phones and everything is, hey, make sure you send your location, share your location with a trusted friend, share the license plate or what have you, or get a picture ID. That's what friends want. Friends want your best interest. So back to the movie, I mean, not the movie, but the video at hand, the girl was hard down mad that the girl man came by the room. What you not about to do is be hard down mad at your friend all of a sudden, when you already know your friend was not even single coming to the trip. It was just a girl's trip. It didn't say a single ladies trip. And I will say, recently, when I say recently, within the last 2 to 3 years. So within the last 2 years or so, I went on a trip that was supposed to be a girl's trip. It ended up being a couple dudes. One of the ladies was married, and one of the sisters who coordinated the trip brought along one of another brother, not her man or nothing, right? Nobody got mad. One of the things that I did say, because I was single, which I already knew if I was married, that would have been a situation for me. But it wasn't, because I was single. I didn't have to reassure my partner. I didn't have to, let my partner worry about or, feel concerned, which you don't want jealous partners and you don't want jealous friends. That's where I'm getting at with this message. Like, because when people jealous of you, when people feeling some type of way, when people got a whole lot of words, a whole lot of that they want to say in a moment that really shouldn't be a moment, but they make it a moment, then that is the heart of the person. Out of the mouth, out of the mouth, out of the mouth. This is what the word of God say. Out of the mouth flows the issues of the heart. So you can hear how a person is. And let me tell you, people know how to play it real well. And they may be waiting on the perfect opportunity to flip on you, the perfect opportunity to make you, because listen, when people your friends, or when you feeling like they your partner, then you give them a certain amount of energy. And I'm doing this right here because it's certain things that we'll do or used to do. You know what I'm saying? In conversation with friends, you be like, yeah, I'm going to get up in my friend. But no. When your friend is causing you to get into a place and go into a place that you don't want to be no more, if you ain't with all that rah, and you more in a peaceful place in life and you ain't really on all that, because I'm like, by nature, you got to know yourself. Like, by nature, I'm a fighter. By nature, I'm not really about to walk away. I ain't about to argue with you all day. By nature, I'm be done slap you or knock you upside your head. That's the nature. That's the nature. So that's why, hey, I thank God for the transformation. You got to know yourself. So when you know yourself, and when you got friends, your friends know where you done came from, what you done grown through, what you done went through. And when they try to make you get into a place that you're doing all of this, then you got to be mindful, because now they're trying to take you back to a place where you've already came out of. That ain't your friend. Friends don't do that, especially not intentionally. When they see that they're provoking you into a place that could be a place of wrath, is nothing wrong with getting angry. But if your friend provoke you to a place that even in your mind, your thought process is making you maybe want to lay hands on them, that ain't your friends at this age. Yes, we all done had friends when we young, high school, middle school. Okay, that's my friend. We fight today. We make up tomorrow. Kiki. We are too old for that. If you are over the age, and I would say 23, I'm gonna give y'all the 23. 23, I'm not going to say 25. At this time in life, all the young people, y'all need to know how to identify what is a genuine friendship. Y'all need to go back and watch Forrest Gump. Forrest had Bubba. Forrest had Jenny old horn behind. Jenny, Forrest loved Jenny. Okay, he had Lieutenant Dan. Jenny was something else. Okay, Jenny didn't do as right by Forrest as she could have, because Forrest would have loved her. Forrest had a form of a handicap. But guess what? Forrest ain't had a whole lot of friends. We keep doing all this stuff for validation, being around people that we know don't mean us no good. And when I say they don't mean us no good, is you not listening to how they treating you, how they making you feel. Even if your friend making you feel a certain type of way, when you sit down with them and tell them, I don't know what it is, but it's this feeling that I get. It's this feeling, it's this thing that happens when we come around each other. I don't want to feel that way. A real friend to say, well, I don't want to feel that way, but I'm feeling like that. Expose the enemy, expose those insecurities. A real friend is a place where you should be able to be vulnerable with somebody that you should be able to trust with your life. A friend stick closer than a brother. And I'm telling you, people do not know how to be friends these days. People don't know how to be 100. All people want to do is really hate on you. And when you've been working and grinding, and now I'm speaking to people that's building, okay, you building something, you building your family, you got kids. Do you think that a friend want to see you lose your children because you had to do something that done maybe made it look like you endangering your children because you fighting with their butts? No, that is not what a friend wants. And now this can go into a friend like your homegirl friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Stop picking and hanging around the wrong partners. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partners. How many times do people got to tell grown folk this? This don't got to be no song. This don't have to be no ad libs. Come on, y'all. We not sleeping under no rocks nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. This is sad that you got to have a conversation about grown adults fighting. And ain't nobody was ready to fight no more than me. Now, there been some people ready to fight. I like to have fun, but I would. You know what I'm saying? Only certain things will get me to the point where I feel like, okay, and people don't even fight fair. So what I'm over here trying to put my hands on you for? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to lose my life. My life got too much purpose. When people don't know who they are, people don't know where they're going. Yeah, you still out here ready to fight. I ain't fighting no. Now you do something with my children. Don't mess with my mama. I don't care if we on a good note, bad note, whatever. That's my mama. That's the only one I got. You see what I'm saying? But ain't but so many things will can move me. And really I won't be moved. It'll be I'm gonna do what I'm about to do. And that do may be causing you to take your butt to jail. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna let the law do what the law need to do. But before the law got to get into it, I need to use the sense that God has given me to know how to discern what type of relationships, what type of people I need to be around. Now back to the trip, right? Now we all back in the day, we done went to the beach. Myrtle Beach was the spot. We look forward to bike week. If you had a little more money, whatever, you might have done went down. You might have you might have went on down to Daytona, Miami, whatever. But the East Coast, like, we had certain places that we went. And of course, when we went, we going as friends. A lot of the times, even if one friend ain't had it, we made it do what it do. Because I was the friend that had the car. Like, I done had a car. I done had friends that were not necessarily my right hand per se, but because they was friends with my right hand, guess what? While I'm at work, I don't let my friends hold a car, done wreck the car. But guess what? Friends would have did. Friends would have fixed my car. Okay, I didn't get my car fixed, but I was a friend to let them hold my car. This is why it's important to teach your children. This is why it's important, children, to listen to your parents. This is why it's important to understand the stuff that you work for. If you got a car now, because they're not making friends like how they used to make friends. Okay, if you got a car, when in my time, it was me casa su casa. And you was willing to take whatever loss, because that's how much we so-called should have valued friendships. Understand, everybody do not value friendships, okay? Everybody don't value friendships. Everybody not going to treat your stuff like it's their stuff. We should have already learned these lessons like middle school, high school, young adults. Now we're pushing 30, you guys. I mean, not pushing 30, we pushing 40. Okay. Some people pushing 50 and still around here crying about friendships. No, you know that been a dirty friend the whole time. That friend already showed you. That friend already came to your house. I remember one time, and it be the friends that you might have the best, or associates that you might have the best time with. Those might only be your friends that you going to the club with. And listen, even when you go to the club with somebody or hanging out or the bar or whatever y'all doing now, right? If this person is willing, because I'm just thinking about how many times I put myself in life endangered situations for people that technically was not my friend. They were not my friends, but the friends that they hung with left them hanging. So here I go, Captain Saver. I'm jumping in somebody else's altercation to help them. You want to be around the same dynamics of people that are willing to do that for you. And you know what? I thank God. And that is why I thank God like I thank God, because he always spared my life. I look back, somebody could have shot me. I lost people, schoolmates, classmates. Them children was gang banging. They was getting shot. One girl got her arm cut off with a machete. One girl got slashed with a razor. These are just when we were still fist fighting back in the day. We were still making up with our friends and being friends the next day. Now people are going on trips, living through a pandemic, and still trying to fight you, a friend. What you ain't about to do is cause me no stress on a trip that's supposed to be my vacation. That's what you're not about to do to me. Because before you think you're going to do that to me, I will go on vacation by myself. Or I will vacate myself at home. Or I will go on a staycation. I might can't go as many days because everybody ain't put in on the room. And so the trip can't be as many days as it's going to be with just me. You better do what you got to do and stop playing these games with these so-called friendships and these girl trips and all this right here. If you are in a situation and you are over the age of 30, listen, I don't know about y'all. I don't know how to be a fake friend. I don't know how to be a fake friend. I don't know how to be a fake friend. I don't know how to be a fake friend. I done been the friend that, okay, your man cheating on you. And so what you want to do about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, somebody popping off at you about your man. All right, where she at? But then when I look around, ain't nobody did that for me. Because guess what? I'm not about to fight over no man. I ain't fighting over no man. See, I told y'all we can go on so many different. I'm going to have some conversations later on for y'all about these relationships and these friendships. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't fighting over no man. I'll fight the man. I'll fight the man. That's what I used to do. I ain't going to fight no man now. I ain't going to fight the Lord's sons or even the devil's little sons. I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to let the Lord deal with you. See, I had a whole lot of growing to do. But I was that friend. Oh, okay, what we going to do? What you want to do? Let's do it. Oh, I had a friend that even had done used before the law was telling us we can carry. And guess what? I'm pulling up, picking up my friend. But guess what? Those same friends did not make the same amount of sacrifices for me. That's why you got to know what kind of friend you're going to be and be the friend that's willing to be by themselves without always trying to be the down friend. And this goes into homegirls, homeboys, girlfriend, boyfriend, all of the dynamics. Even in your relationships with your siblings. No, you don't always have to be the friend that's the one they gonna call on, because everybody ain't fighting, everybody ain't riding, everybody ain't trying to die. Your buddy be out there dead while they going living on with they scaredy cat life. You better know which friend you are. You better value and be around people that value your friendship, value their life, and they value your life. Because if not, you find yourself on these trips, you won't make it back. You'll be making it back in a goddamn body bag. It's 2023. This is not 1997. If you don't know how to navigate through friendships and you don't know how to let fake friends go, please feel free to click the link. Come on now. We too grown for some of these situations and things that's happening. We are too grown to have to go on social media and just go live for the sake of if something happened to me. You think I'm about to go live on social media? No, you're going to get kicked up out of this Airbnb. I'm going to get your butt up out of this Airbnb. I'm going to call the authorities. I'm about to pack your bags if you don't pack your stuff quick enough. And you're going to get up out of here with your toxic, disgruntled, dysfunctional self, because we got to get to a place where we have enough respect, because that's what a friendship is supposed to include, respect. And you ain't going to respect nobody that you don't love. And if you don't love yourself, you ain't going to know how to love the person outside of you, your neighbor, the people outside of you. No. And when people don't respect themselves, when people don't love themselves, that's why it's important for people to definitely make sure your esteem is where it needs to be. It's called self-esteem. You need to do the work that you need to do. So you're not around here being jealous and acting a fool with your grown behind out here on no trips, out here in public. Even on the video, the girl banging on the door, let me tell you, people will tear up some stuff that's in your name because it ain't theirs. Because they don't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. They don't want nothing. That's why you can't hang around people that ain't got nothing, that don't want nothing. Because one thing I'm telling you, let me tell you just from the perspective, because I was just sharing some perspective before I had children. The best thing I did, the best thing that could have happened to me, the best thing that made me begin to think twice is when I became a mother 15 years ago, because that's what allowed me to know that my behavior and my mannerism and my quick temper is not going to work, because you know what? I got a child to live for. And the moment that I slap you or do whatever I got to do, it don't matter if I'm talking about the baby daddy, the boyfriend, whoever, homegirls. If I do something that'll cause me to have to take a trip to Avernez Glen, that was the detention center in the city where I'm from, then now I have selfishly done something or allowed somebody to provoke me to leave my child abandoned. Okay. And those are issues that people are dealing with and navigating through as adults. You gotta understand how to not be selfish. When I really look at just the dynamics of how my childhood trauma and or issues have dealt with me or allowed me to allow and accept certain things in my relationships and or do certain things that I could have done better in my friendships. You know what I'm saying? Just with how I just how I talk and or treated my friends. And I always try to, make it right, especially now. If I care about you and I love you and I feel like you my girl, I'm gonna make it right. I care about everybody. I want people to care about my feelings. So I'm gonna make it right. I don't care if you're a stranger. I want it to be right. Oh, that's my bad. You know what? My tone could have been better. I'm doing that even with my kids, just reassessing certain things, learning what to do. But let me tell you, when somebody has been abandoned, when people feel forsaken, and I'm talking to the people that your parents ain't raised you. I don't know if you got father issues, mama issues, whatever issues, childhood issues. You can mess around and either be on the toxic side or be really walked over. You can be walked over. You can be walked over. That friend that's always getting walked over by the other friends because you're accepting and allowing them to do things for the sake of having so-called friends. Y'all, it's real friends out here. It's really people that will treat you good. Don't allow whatever you was missing, whatever voice you feeling, to allow you to be getting mistreated or subjecting yourself to bummy friendships and relationships. Don't do it. Do not do it. Value yourself in your life enough. And I'm telling you, from the perspective, just going from a teen coming out the house, going into her own place, having friends, working, always had a work ethic, and going to the club, doing what young people do. Yes, from where I'm from, we outside, never been that bum friend. I always had my own car, always had my own money, always had my own place, right? Then to the point, becoming a parent, learning how to navigate relationships from there with one child. You know what I'm saying? Still a single parent, still going out. I kept going out. I'm working. Hey, I'm working. I'm going out. Hey, it is what it is. I'm young, right? But I remember we were still fighting. A lot of those early club days, I ain't fight too much. No, I don't think I was fighting in the club by the time I became a mom, but I was in clubs where it was shootouts and stuff happening. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I even had a friend, when you be debating whether you're gonna get back, go back, that pleasure P, and my friend told me to go ahead and get back with the BD. You know what I'm saying? That could have cost me my life. Literally right now to this day, this scar that's on my foot was from me getting my butt dragged, could have died. You know what I'm saying? Listening to my friend. And I thank God, because you got to get to a place where you know how to make up your own mind, what type of relationships you want to be around. Guess what? That same friend that I shouldn't have asked her, but but that's what friends do. You ask, you consider, you run it by somebody. The bodies that you around them, your friends, right? A friend with some sense would have been like, girl, no. You already done had two black eyes, girl. What you going down there for? Ain't no making up to no night. We already done went out. It is what it is. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm telling you, even in that, God spared my life. Like God spared my life. That's why I'm so passionate about this conversation about friendships, relationships, the same BD, and just because I already mentioned that, and we both know that God intervened in the moment where the enemy wanted him to take my life. Like it would have been basically my child would have been an orphan. One parent in jail, one parent is dead and gone. Okay, and that is the trick of the enemy. The same individual, when I needed someone to watch all three of my children, even though it is what it is and the relationship is what it is, guess what? Who was the person that helped me when I needed someone at my lowest point? It was the same individual. That's why you got to know how to navigate these relationships, because you never know the dynamics. Even though yeah, I'm not pleased with how the individual doing certain things. I know there is a friend that I can find inside of that person if need be, just for the sake of, humanity. And this is how we gotta know how to differentiate certain things. So let me read this. So I'm the friend that brings peace. If we can't have peace, then we must pray. I used to be the friend and still sometimes and a friend that will pull off no face, no case. Depends on what they did. I am a friend now and forever. God is my best friend first. Yes, 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 Bones. I think if that's sus, I can't tell. That boy got that thing for Christmas, and that boy is playing with that Christmas stuff. Um, I mean, y'all can talk back if y'all want to, or interject if y'all can relate. But yeah, some people are just good friends. Some of my best relationships, just speaking from the experience as an adult, are people that I'm meeting and there's no title necessary. Like I'm over that whole just my best friend and all that crap. I don't have any best friends. Either you like a sister to me or like you good people, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my girl. The relationships that I have and or build, they more so like feel sisterly. When I think of a sister, okay, and that's how I always looked at my friendships. But one of the things I had to learn is me, because I'm the oldest, a lot of people never used to see my little sisters. If you wasn't like in the neighborhood with me and knew that I had a little sister or whatever, when I went out, I went one way. My little sister was either home until she started, going out. My little sisters, they were homebodies. So one of the things I had to differentiate also in my friendships and just in my mannerisms on how I treated my friends, like sisters, like yo, one thing about sisters, your sister is supposed to be your rider. You know what I'm saying? Your sister is like your first best friend. Your sister got your back. Your sister fight for you. You and sisters fight. They fall out. They wear each other clothes. That whole dynamics of sister. What I had to do within me is set boundaries, because at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, my sisters even respect me as adults. Even if they upset with me, they don't disrespect me. Maybe I can count on my hand how many times they have, got what they needed to say up off their chest. And I know when, especially when 2020 hit, just allowing myself to reset our relationships and let them know, hey, however y'all feel, understand y'all are my little sisters, but I'm at a place where I want y'all to know that I want y'all to know that I respect y'all. Yeah, I'm like, y'all still my little sisters, whether we grown or not. In my mind, it ain't no age difference, like it's still the same dynamics. I'm the big sister, y'all the little sister. I love being a big sister. I love it. I love it. I don't have a problem with it. I don't got butt cuts about it. But guess what? When they needed me, I was there. And I took all of that and I take that into my friendships. What I had to learn is, yo, either I'm gonna let my friend know, I don't like the reciprocation, the math ain't mathing, or I gotta realize, okay, Tiffany, you don't have to overcompensate these relationships also, because guess what? You do got real sisters. You know what I'm saying? The same energy that people be putting into so-called friendships. Ask yourself, do some self-evaluation. Are you putting that into um your sisters? You know, are you? I'm not in that place right now, but I've done that over the years. Within the last 13 years, I found myself just friends, and being in disagreements with friends or just whatever, and I'm like, yo, I'm doing more with y'all than I have to do with my sister. Like, this maintenance is getting too much. And honestly, with one of the situations, they decided to share how they felt. And listen, when people tell me how they feel and people can come through for you, this person came through for me plenty times. When I say I be looking at the people, like, I be loving having a big sister. I didn't meet my big sister on my dad's side until 2011, when we lost my brother, which was my big brother from my dad. Like, I'm the baby sister from my dad's side. So and she said she always wanted a little sister. But let me tell you, I always wanted to have like that type of relationship. Just, it gives you like a form of security. You feel protected because you always can hit that. Oh, I'm gonna tell my brother on you, or I'm gonna tell my sister on you. Y'all know how we grew up, right? And when we don't have it, or when we look for it, or when we yearn for it, we be wanting it, or we will find ourselves overcompensating in relationships. This is why you got to know yourself. This is why spending time with yourself, sitting down with yourself, having conversations like this is so important. This is definitely like part one of the conversation about fights, girls trips, and what I said. This is fights, girls trips, and something. Oh, and boyfriends, right? But even sisters can destroy you. Correct. I have 3 sisters, and all of them hate me. That hurts like hell. My outside sisters treat me with more respect and love. The bio seems like we can't get right. I struggle bad having relationships with my biological sister. I hate that because I always want us to be tight. They just always want to compete and fight, though I can't. Correct. Like, even with my biological sisters, I haven't heard from them throughout none of the holidays. But I'm in a place in my life, like, I'm not running behind nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I call, hey, if y'all got time to talk, cool. I got 3 kids. My sisters, they don't have children. We're on 2 different paths of lives. And I've already shown and proved many nights, late in the midnight hour, I done prayed with y'all. I done fought for you. I'll fight for you. I'll be by your bedside. I'm there. And I'm like, at this point, and it's not like they haven't been there for me. In the hospital, they done been the greatest aunties you can ask for. But we're in this season right now. I'm like, okay, where y'all at? You know what I'm saying? It's just, and not even with just the sisters, it's just like the dynamics of family. Like, people don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, when it just comes to the dynamics of life, I love my sisters enough, and this is where love comes into play, and relationships and friendships. I love them enough to understand that they need to do them. They need to figure out what they want to do with their life. Even my brother, I ain't talked to my brother like I wanted to. My brother just had got out, ain't been out a whole year, got locked back up. Got a new nephew, July. I ain't talked to my brother until I had to tell him about himself, about how I don't like what I see. What I see ain't the promise of God. What I see ain't what I was expecting. I don't like how you talking to our mama. By all means, none of us are perfect children, but don't play with me when it comes to her, because you'll have to see me. This is the conversation that I had to have with my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, well, I'm still the oldest. And I'm like, Lord, give me the strength, give me the words, give me the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Season it with grace. But I'm about to tell this nigga about himself. You know what I'm saying? You the only boy. But they baby him. You know what I'm saying? They baby him. Me and my brother, we the only we are the only kids of my mom that have kids. Okay. But we both have, and the dynamics of his issues with our mom is different. His traumatization looks different than mine. You know what I'm saying? And then just learning how to work through that, encouraging someone that and that's the friend that you're supposed to find in your brothers and sisters. So with me, I'm cutting it straight across the board. And then I had to tell him one of the hardest things. It took everything for me to say it. And do you not know, in less than 2 weeks, he said, you know what? Thank you. My brother said, thank you for telling him what everybody else went going. I said, I'm telling you what I'm saying because I love you. I've already proven my love. I've already shown my love. And it can get real tight when it comes to our biological family. But that's when you are, and this is where the word of God say, forsake all. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? I'm about my father's business. Ministry starts at home. I'm a mother. I have children. Y'all are my brothers and sisters. I'm going to do the best that I can to make sure that we have a relationship. But if what I'm doing ain't enough and we haven't provided a space, or y'all understand that y'all can be comfortable enough to tell me what type of sister you need, what type of relationship you need from me, and understand that I will respect you, because I'm in a place where respect is very important. A lot of us had to be taught how to even respect relationships, and we can go from there. But as long as I'm big on clarity and understanding, so I had to do like a whole reset with my baby sister to let her know, like, listen, I understand if you mad, if y'all want to be mad at mom, and y'all used to me maybe being mad at mom, I got so much going on in my life, I ain't got time to be mad at nobody. What I'll do is block y'all or separate myself, because where y'all at in life ain't where I'm at in life, and y'all not doing what I'm trying to do in life. So that's when the just knowing how to handle the dynamics of having a dysfunctional family or a toxic family. Like, I came from a very much so dysfunctional dysfunctional background. I love them enough to know we can't fight with them anymore. My brothers too. My siblings don't like me. My true friends, my kids, and my cousins love me though. Yes, I love you too. I appreciate you. Siblings supposed to be your first and best friend on earth. I don't even know what that tastes like. Correct. Like, I'm telling you, like, if I was in my place where my emotional intelligence, it wouldn't have been where it's at, and that just come from the work and the understanding. Man, I would be an emotional wreck right now, just because I'm like, yo, it be months. Like, it done been months. I ain't talked to neither one of my siblings. Like, months. But I'm like, guess what? If they can do life, guess what? They're going to be able to do life when I'm dead and gone, or vice versa. So guess what? Do life. Do what you need. And guess what? If they call my phone and I pick up or whatever, it's going to be, hey, what's up? Long time. How you doing? Everything good? Like, we never, like it ain't nothing. Because guess what? That's what people need, understanding. You know what I'm saying? If I went months without calling somebody, just like we do with our friends, we can go years without talking to them, but we can meet up, have brunch, and be like, so girl, what's up, girl? Let me tell you about life. What's been going on? How the kids, all of that same energy that we give those friends and that respect, I'm going to give it to my siblings, my little sisters and brothers, who I done fought for, I done bought clothes for, I done ran y'all bath order, I done did your hair. You look at me like if I'm your mama, but I ain't your mama. I'm your sister, and I love being your sister. I'm not your mama. I had to tell them, but I ain't your mama. If I was your mama, I'd go upside your head, because then you'll be my child. Okay, you see what I'm saying? I'm not your mama. I am your big sister. I love being a big sister. I wish I had what I am and have been to other people. But guess what? I'm fine if you fine without me. If your life is fine without talking to me, checking on me, or we checking and conversating and eating up and cooking and having a good old jolly time, like what we think we gonna do, like it's 93, 95, 97. Hey, no, it ain't that. It ain't that. So just make sure that whatever you're doing for you is good, because guess what? At the end of the day, I already know I'm a big girl. I'm gonna be good regardless. Like, it's our life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of things that we want, but a relationship take two. It takes two people that want the same thing. And guess what? I'm at a place where, okay, and I done had conversations like this even with my mama. If you take me, people wish they would have had a daughter like me. You want to take our relationship for granted and you want to beef when it don't have to be beef. And these just conversations that I done had in the past. No, we're not doing that. You need to value and know how to build a real relationship. Yes, some people are friends with their mother. I would love it if me and my mom had that dynamics. My mama grew up, just telling us, you play with a puppy, you get licked in the mouth. It's certain standards and certain ways we just don't do. Okay. I'm trying to work on being a little more gentler. I have still a lot of childlike ways. Of course, I was just talking to one of my students, like how even in our 30s, like we still could be like big kids, like childish. And let me tell you, when you a big kid and when you childish, you could do childish fun things or childish petty things. So what I'm trying to do is unlearn certain things, give grace in certain areas, because I know I need grace in certain areas while I'm unlearning and then relearning things. And then I need to be around people that's like that. You know what I'm saying? So now I've created the relationships that I need and or want. And now I can be an asset versus a liability in the relationship. And then that way my children know how to be those type of friends, because you don't want your children to be super naive. You don't want your children to be used in relationships or not knowing how to distinguish good friends from not so good friends, how to distinguish when a friend is not appreciating you and or using you. My sons, they have been blessed to, yes, giving more grace and mercy. I'm telling you, I give it because I know I need it. I've been allowed it. One of the things that I know right now in the season where I'm at, just because I've been doing a whole lot of work and just becoming who God will have Tiffany to be. I don't want to be around nobody that is intimidated by my shine, my light, because I want you to shine. I want everybody. The whole reason I Am Tiffany even exists is because if I am comfortable being me, okay, being raised by my grandma, having a mom that was on crack 20 years, not being raised by her, daddy right down the street in Orangeburg, not being raised by my daddy, he coming to see me, buying me a couple fireworks, maybe taking me to Burlington Coat Factory, really spending like as least time as possible with me, not as much, speaking no life into me. I can't recall no time that my daddy even told me he loved me, right? If I'm willing to be a friend to you and be who I am and finally begin to shine through all of my just situations that I had to work through and see the best in it, and that's too much for you, then nah, we can't be friends. You know what I'm saying? Because I done had to put too much mental effort into working through my own childhood issues that, hey, if you ain't happy for me, we can't be friends, because I'm gonna be happy for you, and what you had might have been way more than what I had the opportunity to have. I'm over here operating off the short end of the stick, but for the grace of God, which it ends up working for the good, because it ends up giving me conversations to have with other broken individuals that's trying to figure out how to navigate a relationship. No, I don't think I'm all that, but what I know is I know my worth, and what I know is what you ain't gonna do with your two-parent household self, with your blessed self, is try to make me feel bad because I'm trying to be a good friend, and really be me. No, we ain't gonna do that. So this where discernment comes in. This where you having self-worth, knowing how to roll by yourself. 9 times out of 10, y'all see me by myself or with my kids. It's for a reason. Now, mind you, when I step out, I already know who I'm showing up for, who I'm rolling with. It is what it is already understanding, because you want to be with people that appreciate what you got and who you are. Even in your darkest and your lowest hours, friends never make a friend feel like they nothing. Never. Friends edify and they uplift. Friends never compete with their friends. Never. I'm gonna give y'all this example in a second, because my boys, they about to go, they about to leave out. So give me 1 second. Hold that thought real quick. Hold that thought real quick. 1 second. What friends do and don't do. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? The alarm. Yeah, you okay. All right, have a good day. Love you. I got it. Oh, stop, Alexa. Okay, lock the door. Alexa, stop. See you later. All right, so yeah, I'm back. Got to see them off. Got to see them off. So okay, so yeah, real friends. Real friends don't let friends look stupid when they is pissy drunk too. I want to say that. We had a couple situations. I'm by far not a drinker. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna just wrap it up with this. I'm gonna have more conversations. If y'all got different situations or whatever y'all want me to touch on, feel free to write in. If y'all need to have a session, then click the link. So one of the things friends don't do, and we all had friends that get toe up. You should be able to feel like you can get toe up or whatever, and your friends got your back. But real friends, one thing about drinking when it comes to women drinking, this just me. I would not want my friend to be so pissy drunk to where she's embarrassing herself as a woman. Meaning just exposing and just so loose and she can't remember what all she had did yesterday. I personally am not an advocate for that because that means you ain't handle your liquor. You can't handle your liquor. Okay? That's just me. Now I understand that all grown people or people that think they grown, we do what we want to do, right? Even in you doing what you want to do, your friend gonna make sure you straight, meaning make sure you get home straight. Make sure you ain't leaving with no old random stray dude. So that dude can be if he ain't your dude, so no dude ain't taking advantage of you. Y'all done got so bust up, right? Y'all done had friends that allowed certain things to go down on your watch, allowed you to get done all kind of ways, and you still calling these people your friends. That's not a friend, okay? Yeah, it may have seemed fun when you was just drinking and drinking and drinking. No, if you can't handle your liquor, why are you getting drunk like that? To put yourself in a vulnerable situation when guess what? Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. I tell you no lie. Me and my right hand. Because I had a best friend, then I had another warden. Okay. See, they was more doing what they do. Certain things I ain't gonna do. Certain things I just ain't gonna do. But I'm trying to tell you because you supposed to be my best friend. I'm like, nah, don't be doing all that. What you doing? It's time to go, right? The other one, like, nah, it's good. Da, 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 da. You want to listen to somebody saying it's good. You're not trusting the person that got the best interest for you. You want to be around people that got the best interest for you. And if nobody around you got the best interest for you, you need to make sure that you got the best interest for you. And this is where you differentiate childlike behavior from being an adult. Okay. This is where you differentiate the two. Because a lot of people are so childish. It's a lot of people with adult ages, over the age of 30. You think you're grown, you're doing everything, but you over here still operating from childlike behavior because you still don't have a mind of your own to not make yourself look like no jack rabbit out here in these streets. And you as a whole supposed to be a woman. Do you want to be a respectable woman? Or you want to be just a little loose woman that's trying to fit in and look cool and really they allowing you to look like a whole plumb fool? Because a real friend, even though if you out cutting up and we embarrassed, okay, but it's different levels of embarrassment. Don't be around here embarrassed us because you around here showing your tail, literally. You literally showing your behind. Your friend don't want you to be going out like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, these are things that I kind of share from situations from my younger early days. I wish I would be around somebody that's about to show their behind, literally. Literally. I'm talking about literally show your behind. Okay, somebody see all of your bottom end. I don't hang around nobody that's doing that. But yet, we want these different relationships so bad. You don't know how to get quality. Like, make sure you are the quality type of friend. And make sure that if you have quality, real friends want they friends to level up and gain more quality, gain standards, and grow too. If y'all can't grow together, how can two walk together except they agree? And there's nothing wrong with, friends that just kind of got, different lifestyles in a sense, but those values, that understanding, and that morale, the core of it is the same. You know what I'm saying? Because we have friends that got different lifestyles. A lot of people don't went different, ways. It's a whole lot of things going on. But a friendship, just the standard of humanity, we should be able to know how to discern friendships, relationships, especially over a certain age. We should have took in the lessons that we learned in, our teenager years, early, adolescent years, early adulthood. And now we should be able to navigate off the wisdom that we've gained from that. Okay? Because if you're not navigating off of the wisdom, then now you're still setting yourself up for the trap of the relationship. Then the trap of the relationship would be now you fussing and fighting with your friends. And friends do not, healthy relationships, they're not fighting and fussing every day, every month. No, when you fighting and fussing with somebody, there's some underlining spirits up in there. Those spirits may be jealousy, competition, different things. There's some misunderstanding. And guess what? You got to be willing to let that stuff go. Life is too short. Life is too short. Yes, back in the day, we used to be falling out and back at it the next weekend like it never happened. No, you want to be around people that values the breath in their body. You should value the breath in your body, the movement of your limbs, to the point that we get back to at least reverencing and recognizing God and letting God know that I appreciate this breath. I appreciate these hands, these money-making hands, to the point I'm not going to take them and lay them on a so-called friend. And you got to get to a point where you say, I ain't going to take them and just use them all on my child. Because what we not going to do, and this old school, I ain't arguing with no child. I ain't going back and forth with no child. Because I ain't your friend. Now I can be friendly. We got to know how to differentiate relationships. We got to know how to give what energy to what relationship. We got to know how to reset the relationships. Some relationships can be severed, meaning torn apart. Some relationships can be, still be saved. You don't have to throw it away. A good conversation. Hey, if y'all favorite food is seafood, get your good favorite food, right? Sit down and say, girl, we've been through a lot. Homeboy, partner. We done been through a lot. Now the rubber is meeting the road. How do we want to move forward? Because what we used to do, how we used to treat each other, how we used to talk to each other, is no longer going to work moving forward. And guess what? Some people say, well, I'm so used to what we used to do that if we can't do it the way we used to do it, I don't want it at all. And you got to be okay with saying, well, it was good while it lasted. See, this is the healthy part of friendships. This is the good fight. See, when you in the good fight of faith, you willing to let people go where they need to go, get the way you need to get to. It was good while it lasted. You know how many relationships, friend associateships was good? You had a good laugh, good memories. I mean, a good old time. But you got to understand, it was good while it lasted. Now, if you're not able to give me what I would need out of the relationship, I'm telling you, I had this conversation with my sister, with my blood sister. My blood sister slap a nigga for me. Okay? My blood. I said, if you can't give me what I need, then now we'll have to be at peace with what it is. That's serenity. Okay? We cannot control people's decisions. We can't control or dictate what seasons or how we leveling up and the time that we level up. If it's meant to be, it'll come around. And I'm telling you, any friend, anybody that done laid in my, slept in my house, slept in my bed, I done gave them a ride. I promise you, if something happened to anything related to them, I'm going to be there as best as what I can. I still love them. But it was good while it lasted. I pray that what I gave them or what we were able to do in that season was just as fun for them as it was for me. But that ain't where we at right now. We too grown to be so needy for relationships and friendships. And that's why why the old people say, what a friend we have in Jesus. What a friend. You gotta know how to be friends with the Lord, work on your relationship, work on yourself, be okay. Because guess what? When somebody gotta let you go, you want them to give you that same energy. Give me the same understanding that I gave you. Don't fight with me. Don't tussle with me. Because people will have you renege on what you're saying when you've thought about that thing. You know, a lot of us don't sit and think. We're not really rational. We're very irrational. So we do things in the spirit of the moment. But the older you get, especially like whatever I thought, I'm doing the first thing come to mind. That's why I said I thank God when I became a mom, I started thinking twice. That second thought helped balance me out versus going and doing something that I regret. So now if I'm sitting with something and I'm thinking about how to make sure that my delivery, what I need to say to this person that I love, that I maybe want to continue to be in a relationship with, but being willing to respect and accept what they tell me on the receiving end. Oh, and I can't be like, because it ain't going to be my way. I have to respect what they say because guess what? I want somebody to respect what I'm saying. That's what friends do. That's what friends do. That's how God operates. Let people choose. And if you're choosing to do life without me, I'm willing to accept that without allowing any voids, any issues, any trauma, any deficiency make me feel like I need you more than you feel like you need me. Because what I need, all I need is to know how to stay black and die. That's saying, ain't it? And really stay black and live. Stay black, stay in my right mind, serve the Lord, stay saved, serve the Lord. And that's what we really need to do. I know I will say this too. My first trip that I went out of the country with did my first cruise. I did that with somebody I knew. That was my aunt, my cousins, and her best friend. I'm just giving y'all this the wisdom. If you lack wisdom, ask God for wisdom. I'm not going out no time with no homegirls. I was actually separated, going through a divorce. I had never went on a cruise, right? At this time I had 2 kids. You couldn't have paid me to go somewhere that I never been with people that I don't even know. I'm not going. As much as I love to have fun. I'm not going no way with y'all and I don't know you. And I'm going somewhere I never been. I'm going on the water. I don't care nothing about no girls trip that bad. No, not doing it. Now, when we went to the beach, I'm going with people that I know, but I got my own car. If I need to leave, I can go. You see what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in dangerous situations, uncontrollable situations where people want to make you feel threatened and you should be the one that is, kind of, leading the situation. If I paid for something, for a room, I will give you, first of all, you ain't getting no money back because the trip really over. But you can still get put out if your name ain't on the thing. So you about to go to jail for disturbing the peace. That's what you about to do. You ain't getting no money back because the trip already over. Because what I was going to say, I'll pay you to leave. I'll give you your money back. Because honestly, if that's where you think you're going to be able to have rank and stay, no, you about to still get up out of this Airbnb. And that was the scenario, the situation that made me want to come and just have this conversation. One of many. And just evaluate that, y'all. Like, evaluate where you at. Think. Don't be so hard up for a vacation. Don't be so hard up for friendships that you're not able to sit back and just see. If you listen, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth and listen. Listen to how that person make you feel, even when they talk, even when they're around you. One of the things that I don't like when people say, when they say it on the slide, oh, I'm jealous of you. Jealous of what? Jealous of what? Because I just got a new place, a new apartment. How you jealous of an apartment? Don't say you know jealous of me when you got a roof over your head. Hush your mouth. That alarms me. That alarms me. See how little stuff like that, but it was a build up over time. Or when I make a move, why are you here? The other place was better. Don't ask me no why I'm here in no public, girl, when you can ask me that when we eating something else. Don't ask me why I'm at work working on my client, why I done made a move. If you know me, you already know, but you really don't know me. But any move I make, I already done considered it. And why not? This is a great opportunity. I don't everything that glitter ain't gold. That was my response. Everything that glitter ain't gold, but the audacity for you to ask me why I'm here. Is you feeding me? No, I done paid you to be my assistant. Shut your mouth. Don't ask me why I'm here. You ain't paying none of my bills. You ain't paying none of my bills. Matter of fact, when you couldn't pay your bills, I let you live up in my house. When you had a situation going on, I watched you. You see what I'm saying? See, when you know these relationships, when you learn yourself, then you got to be able to listen. You got to be able to listen. See, that's why I know I had to get around some friends that had more sense than me. Because sometimes I can act like I ain't got no sense. I got sense. But then you'll be around people that act like they ain't got no sense, and it'll trigger you. That's why let me get around people that's smarter than me. Let me get around people that know how to carry themselves and got mannerisms that I would like to resemble without being like super toxic, super ratchet, super ready to pop off. Because I want quality. I want quality relationships. I appreciate quality relationships. Understand everybody do not appreciate quality relationships. Some people just come to take, use, spy, run your information back, run all your information back, run information that ain't even real information back and then the person might believe them because they like, well, why this person gonna lie on you when they're your right hand? You see what I'm saying? That's why you gotta know everybody ain't your friend, everybody ain't your partner. Catch this on the replay if you just tuning in. We will have more conversations because it's plenty more directions I can go with this conversation. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. This was real good. Y'all need a coaching session, you need a coach and or a mentor. I am Tiffany, Empire Impact Ignite. This is the business. All 23. Be very intentional with me. If you are not following me on TikTok, then it is I am TikTok. I'm talking about I am TikTok. I am Tiffany 87. I am TikTok. I am not TikTok. But I definitely want to make sure that I'm using my platforms to educate, have conversations. Conversations are very much so therapeutic. Very much so therapeutic. And I love it because you can gain some insight, you can gain some clarity and some understanding, and you can gain the confidence, you know what I'm saying, to walk away from relationships that's not serving you. A lot of us are in relationships and you just feeling super undervalued, super unappreciated. And this just is not the year for me to feel any of those ways of any relationships that I have or had. I am just taking time to assess them, assess myself, and erase. I'm also doing that, and I'll encourage you to do it too. Go through your phone. Any contacts that are just dead contacts, like you don't talk to those people no more. They ain't checking for you. You ain't checking for them, and get them contacts about your phone. That's something that I rarely did because just of the line of work that I've been in, as a stylist, and then just networking and different things like that. But I'm like, you know what? These dead contacts, if these relationships circle back around. I even had a young lady that was like, she wanted to get my number, exchange numbers, and then we didn't exchange numbers. I didn't press her to exchange numbers. That was her idea, to exchange the numbers. But when it came time at the end of the particular event, we didn't exchange numbers. And I was like, hey, if she want to get at me, everybody know we all on social media. It ain't hard to find me. Just because I'm, in a sense, like a public figure, role model, what have you, leader in the communities where I serve. So it ain't hard. if she may need some, but it was good seeing her. But I'm just not pressed and hard up for no relationships, no unnecessary anything that is going to require something that may just, drain me or anything. I ain't with it this year. Because I have so much responsibility, and when you are responsible, and have been given responsibilities, one of the scriptures that I hate, because I was told, it was just drilled in me every time I was going through seasons of just learning and elevating. To whom much is given, Tiffany, much is required. So the level of responsibility that I have on my plate is requiring a new me. And that's not as easy as it looked. That means you got to protect and guard yourself, your mental, your emotions, your heart, your space. You got to guard yourself. And that take work. You know what I'm saying? That take work, intentional work, so that way you can show up how you need to show up for who you've been called to show up and serve. With that being said, I have been given the privilege and the honor to serve those that are interested in getting their master hair care license. I'm breeding up master barbers. We're breeding them up over at Dynamic Barber Institute. If you are interested in becoming a barber, interested in the career of beauty, anything related to beauty, barber, shop ownership, shop management, partnerships, starting associations, what have you, listen, you definitely want to click the link. Click the link. Let's talk. If you're not following Dynamic Barber Institute, we on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Also, definitely gonna plug that in for those that don't know. Because I was willing to let certain things go and willing to grow in certain areas. God has entrusted me to be a school owner in the state of South Carolina, state board approved school in Columbia, South Carolina. We have 5708 Suite E, North Main Street. Okay. We're walking in Victory all 2023. On the 7th, which is Saturday, we have been approved for 2 months. So we're new school. I'm not new to serving. What I love about the artistry of barbering is the dynamics is so crazy because I'm not a catty woman, never been. And just in barbering, you can bring forth like the holistic approach with life and how to just navigate through relationships. Because if this is something that you're, interested in pursuing, you coming across all walks of life. You're making different impact on different individuals. And you still got your own personal relationships and your own personal life, right? So a lot of people ask me, like, how do I do it? How do you do it? Listen, through shed tears or not, you got to get it done. You got to reflect. You got to grow. You got to see what you can do better. You got to see how you can make a bigger impact from behind that, beyond that chair and behind that chair. You know what I'm saying? And that is something that I've always desired and look forward to doing. So I'm in my purpose and I love it. Sometimes now I really don't even want to have conversations a lot all the time, every day. Like today, the 5th, I think this is the first real conversation. I done said a little something just for the sake of, but this first real conversation we done had this year at this length. And I honestly could keep going on, but I got other things that I need to do. That's why I was like, let me talk to y'all early this morning before I get on out and do what I need to do. But I love the fact that I'm in my lane. I'm speaking from experience and I'm able to make an impact on people from also behind, from beyond the chair. I done been behind the chair for a minute. But I love it. If y'all in the Columbia, South Carolina area, hey, and y'all want to support the clinic floor also, don't mind me in my bonnet. But if y'all want to come through, get some affordable services, our students need models. We need models. We need people to come on in. We're able to provide all services. Okay, I told you, we bring in master barber stylists, master hair care specialists. So everything from consultations, scalp consultations, skin consultations. We're doing relaxers, color, cuts, males and females, facials, manicures, um, extensions that includes braids, locks, natural hair, blowouts, silk press, roller sets, rod sets, different twist styles, everything. We need y'all. Okay, so if you're in the area or you plan on coming through the area and you would like to support what we are doing, then feel free, click the link. Let's talk. Let's see how we can, serve you, how I can serve you, how we can partner, how we can really make the best out of 2023. Be intentional, okay? Stop just allowing things to happen to you and start making some things happen. All right? So I am Tiffany, Empire Impact Ignite. Appreciate y'all time. I hope y'all enjoyed this message today, this conversation. It was very much so needed. I enjoyed it. And I'll be back. Okay? Love y'all. So I'm ending this over here. Y'all can catch